Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching the NI Golf channel from the luxurious surrounds of the Starters Hut here at Hollywood Golf Club. It's episode 63 of the podcast and episode 5 of the vlog. Don't forget, keep sending those videos and clips. We love to see them. You can email them to us at nigolfpodcast@gmail.com. And coming up this week, Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, we've a preview of the brilliant new top tracer technology that has been installed at the range at Colin Glen, with some Irish Open news, with a video tip from PGA coach Patrick Small, and much more.
But first, congratulations to our honorary VP of Programming, Olivia Mahaffey, who has been sweeping up more awards and victories. Tell us what she's won.
Yes, playing for Arizona State University in the 2019 Brew and Weave Invitational. She came first, Olivia. Class
Well done, Olivia.
Class act. And also close to home, she was named Sportswoman of the Year at Armagh Banbridge Craigavon Council Sports Awards. And the next big event on the horizon for Olivia will be the Augusta National Women's Amateur. First time ever.
Absolutely.
Olivia's going to be there. That's from April the 3rd to the 6th. Meanwhile, more college golf. Whoops. And it's US college golf. That's Dungannon Jack Madden there, who's representing Oklahoma City University. He won the San Antonio Shootout. Jack won by 5, with the team winning by 12 shots.
Now, the good people up at the City of Derry GC have sent us through this video. What are they doing exactly? Well, they're playing in the snow and looking very fond of doing so as well.
Yeah, look at that there.
Lovely. So why are they doing this, Mr. Kelly?
Well, ordinary, as I said, I think they'd be a bit nuts, but Nick Edmond is on a 250-mile trek around golf clubs in Northern Ireland to raise awareness for his charity. That's Global Golf for Cancer. He clearly could have picked a better couple of weeks for it because he's been washed away. He started at Lough Erne and he's going to finish at Royal County Down, and in between he'll stop at Castle Rock, Ballycastle, Lisburn, Malone and a few others. And his plan is eventually to stop at 18 courses, and he's going to play a few holes at each. So if you see him out in the road, give him a wave, because he'll be the agent walking along with a set of golf clubs attached to his back. That's what he does. Now we're definitely, hopefully, going to track him down before he's finished his tour and have a proper chat with him, because he's a good character. Brilliant. Great effort. Well done, Nick.
Well done. Now, in pro golf land, England's Megan McLaren has won the Women's New South Wales Open, presented by Worlds, for the second successive year after an impressive final round of 2 under par 69 for a 3-stroke victory. And what a great selfie that is.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And the Qatar Masters in duo was won by South African Justin Harding, who birdied 3 of his last 4 holes to claim a first European Tour win. Unfortunately, Gavin Moynihan missed the cut. That one, not so good. On the Sumatra Tour, Leona Maguire, her Leona, she finished tied 25th, and the event was won more, so I'm going to have to go to the paper for this, which you can say is on top. It was won by Alana Uriel. I think that's how you say her name.
And after his recent second place finish, Darren Clarke struggled at the Hogue Classic on the PGA Tour of Champions. More crucially, did you see Jeff McGirt, his 5-putt?
From 5 feet.
From 5 feet. Now, like, what's going on in your head? That's, you know.
That's a total, utter brain freeze.
But did you actually see it?
I watched it only because somebody had obviously been watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And did a wee tweet and sent it out, because I was looking for it, obviously, to put it on.
It wasn't that close up, so you couldn't really see what was going on with the hands or whatever, but, you know, shoving it every time.
I think the first one went low, and after that, nearly everything finished on the high side. And he was knocking it further back when he got on. It was just unbelievable. That's a total, poor fella. He actually wasn't, by the end of the event, he wasn't far off the lead.
Serious.
Fair play, though. And while we're on the subject of pro golf, the Irish Open recently announced that Lee Westwood and Danny Willett have confirmed their appearance at Lahinch in July. And here's what Lee said.
Lee, obviously you must be looking forward to this year's Irish Open, especially a Rolex winner recently. Your caddy will have to be supporting the gold bib.
Yeah, it's nice when you go back to these Rolex events and you've got a gold bib. So yeah, it was good to win at Sun City, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the Dubai Duty Free Irish Open this year. It's Lahinch is somewhere I've never played. I've heard a lot about it, heard how good it is. Obviously, it's a good links golf course with the Open coming up a few weeks after that. It'll be good prep. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll have a good week. I've never won the Irish Open, so I've won a couple of times in Ireland, but yeah, it'd be nice to stick the Irish Open on my achievements.
You've hosted a tournament yourself, the British Sky Masters. What's it going to be like for Paul McGinley doing just the same in Ireland?
It's a tough job. You know, you've got to try and keep everybody happy, and I'm assuming he's playing as well. So you know, you want to play well and perform when you're the host, and you know, first and foremost make the cut, and then you know, contend. So there's a lot to do that week, and you know, it's nice for the players to support Paul. You know, he's obviously a former Ryder Cup captain. I played under at Glen Eagles, and he's well respected on the tour. So yeah, it's hopefully he'll get a good field, and people will support him, like I said.
You can certainly expect Paul will be the kind of person to make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, given his experience and what he did at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he's usually thorough in his preparation, so you know, I'm sure he'll have a lot to do with the course setup and try and make it as tricky as possible for us. And yeah, he'll be a good host, I think.
Obviously, as you say, links is a different animal, and coming up to the Open Championship, it'll play a very important part in your calendar. How important is it for most of the players to have something like this under their belt and just running up to the Open Championship?
Well, I think most people would like to play links golf going into the Open Championship, but you know, we're all individuals, so we all treat it differently and you know, prepare differently. But I certainly like to play a bit of links golf going into the Open, so I'm playing the 2 weeks before it in Ireland and Scotland, and you know, it takes a bit of getting used to. Obviously, you know, there's more wind to contend with and different kinds of bounces, and you have to play different shots around the green, so it's good prep for that.
Right, in theory the golf season should be getting underway at a lot of clubs, but given the recent crappy weather we've had, it's been crappy. It looks like it's back to the range now. Colin Glen Forest Park near Dunmurray is home to a 9-hole course and a 16-bay driving range, and over the winter the facility has been installing top tracer technology.
The first in Ireland.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Brilliant. And recently Morris got a sneaky look at developments in the company of resident professional Peter Martin.
Give us a wee talk through this amazing facility, because I'm just going to stick the camera up here, have a quick look around, because this is an amazing place that's come together here in Colin Glen. So tell us about Top Tracer. What's the crack?
No problem. Well, first and foremost, we've got the heat on for you, because I know you're a wee bit soft there in the winter. Basically, how it came about, obviously, was we've all seen the sort of the top golf driving ranges, and how basically then they're bringing sort of families to golf and things like that. So the big thing will be is then whenever you arrive to the range, we're trying to get everybody to download the app. The big thing about this is that as soon as you have the app then on your phone, which is free, you'll get a code. So you'll scan the code here. So you'll start your session. Basically then you'll line your mobile up, and your QR code then will link to all the games or all the golf courses that you've played, or basically even if you've went through and you've got a couple of different drivers, you can have your what's in your bag, so you can check your yardages from week to week. You have your launch monitor, for golf nerds then that maybe want to have a look at how much spin, and basically what it does is when you're going through your bag, it actually gives you a consistency rating on each club. So obviously the higher the consistency rating, obviously the better you are, so it gives you an idea what your favourite club is or what you need to improve in your long irons. Okay. We'll play the back nine in Pebble Beach here. We'll start at 10.
Okay.
Try and keep it out of the water on the right. Definitely should be picking easier holes in this.
That's a good crack.
Yeah, that's straight out of there.
Right down the hay diddle.
Okay. So obviously it gives you a wee bit of the parameters here. Let's see.
So then it's going to work out how far you've got to
Yeah,
go. 184.
so 184. It's telling you slightly downhill.
13 feet downhill. So 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
6.
If you prefer to aim it a wee bit more left, you can go onto the range map, but we'll keep it at the same target
Okay,
again.
yeah.
There.
Sounded good.
Bit left.
A wee bit left, Bunkerville.
This is the thing now then, so it gives you then sort of bogey, par, birdie. This will be the same if you hit the green. You'll still have to chip. So basically, for you to get your birdie, then you really need to chip it into one of the
One of the circles?
One of the wee red, to actually get it into the red dot
Oh,
for to
jeepers.
make your birdie.
So you
So that's what I was saying. Like
And what size is the wee red circle from here?
I would say.
It's about what? 12 feet across, maybe?
Yeah,
Not even?
not even, no. So again, if we aim it then, I think you can, so this will be the sort of two targets here, your 50 and 55 then.
So you're going for the one on the right?
Go for the one here, yeah.
Well, the one straight in front of you, but it's the one on the right on the screen here, yeah.
And again then, if you're short,
Wee bit
which
short,
it looks to be, so it just gives it on the front, so it'll give you a power then for that.
Jobs are good.
Jobs are good. Do you want to have a go?
I'll have a go off camera.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's a fantastic facility. 15 bays. Every bay has top tracer technology. It basically does your stats. So if you're a bit of a nerdy sort of range man who likes to know your numbers, it does numbers.
Yeah. It's a form of TrackMan, is it?
It's kind of like TrackMan, but it is much more for the sort of recreational side of things.
Okay.
Wouldn't be you wouldn't have as many numbers as TrackMan. It wouldn't be quite as accurate as TrackMan, but it can give you sort of the basics.
Right, okay.
But for the recreational golfer or for the golfer who wants to vary up their practice a bit, who likes to go to the range, it's fantastic. It really is.
You can play games, can't you? Because
You can play
there's-
games and you can play...
There's targets you aim at.
There's targets. Actually, the targets out in the range have different colours.
Okay.
So different coloured circles. You use those as your distances and your targets, and then you can play the likes of Sawgrass, or you can play
brilliant.
some of the other courses. So it's great. It's great fun.
And what sort of prices are they talking about, MJ, at this stage?
They were talking £5 a bucket. So it's kind of £5 for 45 balls, but what they want you to do is come as a 3-ball or a 4-ball or a 5-ball or 6-ball. Each bay can take up to 6 people.
Yeah.
Have a bit of crack, get a bucket each, and have a couple of hours on it, and basically play courses. So
what about the classic thing is what about the mats?
mats are great, brand new mats, yeah. And
Talk about those tour strike mats that sort of give a bit.
yeah, they give a bit, and also they're both left and right-handed.
Right,
So
there's
they
no
have the
mucking about.
they have the bits at either end for lefties as well. So every
Great
bay,
investment. Yeah,
yeah,
great
it's
investment.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So,
Fair play to everybody up there.
yep.
So, now then, the next thing obviously is that if you're looking at a wee bit of practice, MJ, you need a wee tip to help. And thankfully, Patrick Small has come up with a wee tip for us. Another bunker tip. These pros like their bunker
like their
tips.
bunkers.
They like their bunker tips. Paddy's based up in Bangor. And here's his tip.
Supposed to be the hardest shot in golf, and actually it's not. Once you know how, it's relatively simple. Biggest problem is club selection. They're still using their sand and lob wedge. Forget about it. Use your pitching wedge 9-iron. After that, it's the exact same technique as you'd use around your greenside bunker shots. Ball position, let's get it forward in the stance. Let's get the weight forward. Let's get our sternum on top of the ball. Will help control your low point, which will help control your strike. From there, we're looking at the butt end, pointing into our belly button, leaning the shaft slightly back, which helps promote using the bounce, which is going to stop digging. Too many of us go digging to try to get it out. We don't need to. We're going to open up that face wide open. That's going to help us get it out. So we're looking at weight forward, shaft position, and our weight's going to stay on this left side throughout the motion. All we got to do is turn all the way through now.
Right, on to a bit more amateur news.
Yeah, Tom McKibben finished tied for third at the Major Champions Invitational in Florida. Now that was the one last year he won it.
He won it last year,
yeah. So that event's organised by Nick Faldo. As you can see, Tom was actually playing for the Faldo team.
But he did well. I think was he 5 under or something the first day and
He
the last day.
Yeah,
And
he led at the start of the
he
end of the
did
first
lead
day.
after day 1 on 5 under, I think it was. Did very, very well. He was the defending champion, obviously. And he's played with some of the best young players in the world. I mean, this is, this is
cream of the cream.
inviting the cream of the cream.
Yeah,
and
great
he
event.
did very well.
I think Kirkison's Beth Coulter, she was also at it. It was Beth's first time at it. I think Annabelle Wilson from Lurgan was there last year.
yeah.
So Beth was there. She finished in a share of 37th. Meanwhile, Mars Forest Little's Julie McCarthy. She's out studying in the US. She earned a spot on the international team for the Palmer Cup, which will be played. I'm going to try and say this.
The Aleutian Club.
I
I think it's Aleutian.
the Aleutian in Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. How do you say that as well, Mark?
That's close enough.
Yeah.
It's an all power dominated episode as well. The opening qualifying event for the International Kings Cup took place recently at Roganstown GC. Making it through to the final qualifying event at Malone are Ryan Gribben and Davy Barron, Pat Courtney and Liam Nolan, Andrew Lawless and Paul Johnston. Thomas Smith, David Rennie, Andrew King and John Judd, Ian McVerry and Jim Somerville. The remaining qualifiers are at Westport, Castle Rock and Ennis. The final qualifier is on the 4th of April at Malone. The 16-man team will travel to the US of A in May to face a US team at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge. So it's fantastic.
That's a great trip.
Because the last 2 or 3 have been here, haven't they?
Yeah, last couple have been here. And I have to say that the US team have come over. They've been a great bunch of lads. They've taken an awful hammering. They've taken an awful hammering. And every time they've come and said, we have to get you over. We'll have to get you over to play at our place. So this year they are. And it's
Bit of target golf.
Bit of target golf at Bay Hill, like, so it's going to be great. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Meanwhile, the University of Ulster beat Queen's University.
Oh, grudge match.
Yeah, in the final of the Irish Colleges Match Play Championship in Woodbrook. That's almost it, MJ.
I know it's a quick week. We've kind of just been doing some of the results that have been happening this week.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of stuff really to talk about.
We could have gone more about the rules again, but I think we've had enough of rules.
I know, I'm
stuff.
sick of rules.
Yeah, and I'm kind of fed up with players complaining about it. They need to wind their necks in a wee bit, you know. But Marsh, this week coming, we've got a big week because it's the
Players?
Players,
Yep.
Sawgrass, which you mentioned. And they keep talking about it being the 5th major. But as I have often said, tell me who won the Sawgrass last year.
Well, now you put me in the spot.
That's why I'm saying it.
Do you know?
I had to go looking.
Is it J-Day?
No, a couple of years ago.
He was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The Players last year.
You'll not get it.
I'll not get it.
No, you'll not get
Was
it.
it a bit of an outsider?
Somebody who sort of came, he was a good player, but he sort of hadn't been doing an awful lot.
Chapel.
No. Webb Simpson.
Oh.
You see, Mars, they keep talking about this event being the 5th major. And like at the end of the day, it goes in one ear and goes out the other. It doesn't resonate like a major.
They wanted to, but it doesn't quite.
It doesn't really. It doesn't.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, and also keep an eye out for Tourism NI's Epic Journey coming to a town near you, MJ. The community event will take place in every county in Northern Ireland as well as Dublin to mark the return of golf's most prestigious championship to Royal Portrush for the first time in nearly 70 years. Do you know the Open Championships coming to Royal Portrush? These are some of the venues of March. On the 14th of March, they're in Enniskillen.
2nd of April, Dublin City Centre.
The 9th of May, they're in the Orchard County, down Armagh, down the Shambles Yard.
16th of May, the Guildhall at Derry.
The 30th of May, they're in Portrush Golf Club, obviously up in Antrim.
June the 6th is Slieve Donard Hotel in County Down.
And the 13th of June, they're at the Hill of the O'Neill Visitor Centre. Never been there.
It's a nice ring.
Is in Tyrone.
Good luck with the tour. Yeah, that's it. So it's short and sweet this week, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, send us your videos, send us your wee clips to nigolfpodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks very much.
Players, enjoy the players, and if you've started your golf already, you're hardy creatures. Here, did I mention that I won a Brawley?
No.
Given that it started to rain.
How come?
I won one of the Winter League weeks.
So, even though there was a fair bit of grumping at some stage when you were coming in off the course.
Well, our team came third.
Very good.
And I won one of the weeks. So I got
congratulations.
So I got a Brawley. So we did it all right.
Now, the whole point about Winter Leagues, obviously, is it keeps you ticking over, keeps your game ticking over, and obviously keeps people in now to the club. Do you feel that your golf has kept ticking over? Do you think it's worked like that for you?
It's all right. And as long as I get preferred lies in the rough for the rest of the year, I'll be all right. Have a good week, everybody.
Cheerio.
See ya. Bye.